There are some massive leaks that are happening right now with Halo Infinite, some new stuff we'd never heard of before, and some confirmations of previous leaks. In this tweet from my Halo Leaks account on Twitter here, kind of summarizes a lot of things, talking about heavy bases around Eratus, Infection possibly coming in with Season 3 and being that main event, new backgrounds coming for the start menu and multiplayer, and also 20 plus maps in development for Halo Infinite, which that would certainly be a shocker, as because previous leaks have all kind of pointed towards Season 4. This previously was leaked out by Sarasia way back in September of last year, and he pointed out that Season 4 will likely be when Infection will be coming into Halo Infinite, and that would kind of make sense. And 343 already stated what's going to be coming with Season 3 way back in September with 2 new maps from dev teams. You got the Bandit Rifle, the Shroud Screen, the SPI armor set, and a whole bunch of other stuff, but some things have come in earlier than expected. One thing being the custom game browser that was supposed to come with Season 3, well, that's now in the game. And we recently just received a Forge playlist, which wasn't supposed to be in Halo Infinite until Season 3. And I was kind of expecting more mid-Season 3, but this was a surprise that I was gladly happy to receive. I think this whole prediction of Season 3 for Infection has kind of come around recently, as this Halo.api leak that we covered previously on the channel here says seems to be live in the API side of things since January 18th of 2023. Now, I know when you hear 20 plus maps in development, you're like, yeah, right, we've barely received 2 maps all year when it comes to Halo Infinite. And well, on that side, you would be correct, but you might be kind of surprised maybe how they're pulling this information. But if you look at the previous leaks that we've seen here, a lot of these maps are here that were listed a long time ago that I covered on the channel are maps that are currently in development right now when it comes to Halo Infinite. And a lot of stuff right here is like, yeah, that actually is a lot of content that 343 are working on right now. And I think the way you also have to think about it as well, most likely they're pulling this information from the API. And what that means is that every map that's in the game is going to be listed as a brand new map. So that would also include, say, like Forge canvases. That would also most likely include different Forge maps as well. They're putting into the rotation of things. So when you add up dev maps, Forge maps, and also the canvas maps, you start thinking, okay, well, 20 maps in development might not be that crazy. But the leaks continue on, and it seems like maybe Firefight could be forgeable within Halo Infinite. Let's take a look. Not too long ago, our favorite orangey boy over here, Nick, recently tweeted out saying that it would be desperately needed for a PvE mode in Halo Infinite just to kind of switch off your brain and play. And well, the Forge Lord himself, Michael Score, said on it, which is kind of interesting. And we've covered this previously on the channel as well with this blog update by 343 showcasing that they're like talking about the idea of campaign AI coming into Forge. And while it's still very much a work in progress and they're kind of trying things out right now, they didn't say no. And it does seem like there is some form of development being made on this, which is like a dream come true for many forgers out there. They even state right here saying that we see a lot of potential in allowing players to create experiences that lean into cooperative / PvE spaces. What does that sound like? That sounds like Firefight right there. And now seeing some of the leaks that have been going around, showcasing some of the new maps, some new Forge canvases, which if you guys are fans of Reach, you might be pretty excited about. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I don't want to spoil it for a lot of you guys that are out there. And also, I want to respect the developers who are still very much work in progress with this stuff, but it's around the internet. Do a Google search or a Twitter search, you'll find it pretty easily. One leak going around saying that there was a bit of a banished theme Firefight type of map that's in the works right now. Very similar to what we saw on the mission House of Reckoning, where you had a bit of like a replayable wave defense kind of section on that map. And well, that would be quite amazing. And could you imagine what Forge maps in Firefight would be? That would be incredibly awesome. Because we see with this recent Forge playlist that has come into matchmaking that it looks incredible, and being able to forge a really visually stunning map is, well, in the hands of the community right now at the moment. Which, I mean, look at this. Isn't this like an incredible looking map? This is actually made from a previous developer at they used to work at 343, and they made this map, which is called Perilous, and it's incredible. By the way, check out the Spartan right here. That's my Tom A293, right? Coding, which that kit right there I have all set up for my Spartan, which if you guys don't know, I did recently make a short about it, a little bit of Halo lore if you guys want to check it out. It's on the channel here. This is a developer quality looking map, man. Like, I couldn't imagine Forge being much better than this. This is one of the first few times in a new playlist within Halo Infinite that actually genuinely has me excited about playing the game because, well, it's just new maps, new content to play on, man. And from what I've heard from comes information about Halo Infinite, that Forge is tool is not that far off from what the developers work on when in Halo Infinite with their Faber tool. So if you're able to control some AI spawns on the map, why wouldn't you be able to do that within Forge? If you're able to make that happen, which they're currently working on right now at 343, I don't see why that wouldn't be possible to have Forge maps within Firefight, or with letting the community have control of the Firefight mode or have access to be able to make that type of content. What they could do with Firefight and do some really unique things that maybe 343 wouldn't really think of coming up with. And we've seen this happen with Infection, especially within Halo 5 when they had like those linear maps where it kind of adds a bit of an objective for survivors rather than just, you know, trying to stay alive. The idea is more trying to get to the end of the map kind of thing. So you can try to think of maybe do some kind of different type of gameplay loop that you wouldn't expect to see from maybe a 343 developed version of Firefight. Oh, double kill. Can we triple it? Triple it. Oh, that was clean. You can let me know in the comments, like, what was something you'd want to do within a Forge mode type of map if you had access to it. One thing I think it would be really freaking cool if you could in Firefight is make it larger scale. So maybe have access to 24-player Firefight. Another double, okay. Oh, that's the dead body I just shot. Oh, we're keeping this A flag and we're getting these dubs, boys. Oh gosh, this map of Salvation looks so good. I've covered it on the channel here previously. But one thing I would love to see when it comes to, say, like a Firefight map, if you're going to do it within Forge. Oh my god, there's so many. I'm not going that way. Would be to hopefully see like a large scale mode, like say just take what BTB has, right, that 24 player count, and stretch it out to Firefight, man, and then make it so you have like these large scale battles happening within the game, and so then it's something a little bit more, I don't know, to me, like exciting rather than just Firefight again, which yes, Firefight's all right in my opinion, but I think it's also kind of like an overdone game mode within Halo Infinite. I think it really could use some kind of new elements to keep it exciting, because honestly, if you just bring back like 4-player Firefight that we've had experiencing for the past, I don't know, 15, almost 20-ish years or something like that, I'm just not really gonna care that much about it because I've experienced it previously. But if you say bump that player count up to 24 players like we have in BTB, add some more vehicle play, maybe add some objectives to it on top of that, they really kind of make it a little more exciting. And then throwing limited lives on top of that, you can really get some stressful, intense moments where you have some clutch up and, you know, do well against the AI, which would be really exciting stuff. Oh, this guy thinks he's gonna get away. This guy thought he's gonna get away. He wasn't. Like, I never really found Firefight that exciting until the later rounds, but you have to usually do that in custom games, and it takes about an hour to get to the exciting parts of the game. So I think what they need to do is kind of expedite the leveling up of Firefight to make it more exciting. Because when I played it in matchmaking in MCC, it's just kind of, well, honestly, to me, boring. But like I said, if you bumped up to 24 players, making kind of like some large scale lobbies with vehicles, maybe some type of like tanky boss type of people. We've already seen this happen with the map Argonaut in Halo Infinite's Forge, where they basically recreated the mode of Warzone within Forge. So it's possible. And they have like AI bosses on there as well. Oh no! All right, we got 5 seconds until these rockets pop up. Can I get them in peace? Yes, we do. Okay. Make something cool happen. Just get a double kill or something out of it. He ain't getting that snipe. Oh, there's another one. I got him. There's a guy right below me. I see him on the radar. See him on the radar. Oh. All right, I have a burning question on this map. Oh gosh. What does this button do? Like, what does this thing do? Is it just, it makes it light? What's this thing do? If you guys know what it does, leave it in the comments.